Guys, this is a video I've been trying to make forever. And for one reason or another, I just never have got around to it. So I am trying to build a Vette Kart. I know it's been done over and over again. This is a 1991 Corvette L98 that I bought, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. It was running and driving, although it was essentially mechanically totaled. It was rough. Still is rough, but it was real rough back then. I got it up and going. Hello, Ghost. I got it up and going. Drove it around a good bit, made a few videos on it. Some of those are on the channel. But it got to a point where it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't going to run right. Had a lot of issues. Had a lot of body issues. Has an exempt title. It was rough. So after sitting in the yard for quite a while not running, I decided just to go ahead and make a Vette Kart. Let's have some fun with it. It's got a title I can tag, and we'll have a good time. So I cut it up, sold a bunch of parts. At this point, I probably have 500 bucks in it after selling parts and making a few videos and having some revenue from that. Part of it was going ahead and getting a fuel cell, getting rid of all this stuff back here. So I've got a Amazon, I think it's an Evil Energy fuel cell. Also a 300 LPH fuel pump down there. I don't have everything wired up. I do have it wired up to the stock wiring harness right now, which I'll probably try to leave. I've tore all the interior out. So I've got a lot of wiring harnesses to go through and cut out. And I started getting it running on the fuel pump that I have and the fuel cell that I have, and it wouldn't run. Could be all just be these injectors. I tested these injectors with my injector tester, and only 3.5 of them were good. I say half because I knocked on one that started working. So with only 4 injectors, that's probably why it wouldn't run. So I've got new injectors on the way. Found out the EGR wasn't even hooked up, so I'll delete the EGR. And we will start putting all this back together now. So I'm thinking 3 or 4 videos and this thing should be up and going and running. I don't know. We'll see. Stick around, please, and see where we go with it. This is what the valve covers look like. And you see someone had painted them some sort of color. And of course the TPI system is just bare aluminum. I've got some high temp primer on it now. I don't really have a way to bake these. I know you're supposed to cure high temp primer, but may just run it and hope for the best. I'm gonna put high temp gloss black on it. Woo! Easy. Thing's got a weird fan. This is gonna look terrible. See what it says about multiple coats. I can't see what it says. 3 or more light coats, a few minutes apart. Follow up with 1 medium wet coat. All right. Well, there's one. While I'm waiting, I can work out with my adjustable barbell. Check out that video. I got them weak. Okay. Should have made it adjustable. I should have just made it light. All right, 1 medium coat coming up. It's going 1, 2, 27, 39, 100.
You're cheating.
I didn't cheat. That's how you count.
It's not.
That's how I count. All right, I got my remanned units in, and they look pretty good. They're probably some off-brand, I don't know. There's a lot of Chinese copycats on eBay and Amazon, different places. These are supposed to be remanned. They do have a remanned sticker on them. They're supposed to be remanned Bosches. I don't know. There's a lot of Bosch fraud out there, but regardless, there were very good reviews on it, and the prices were pretty good. And I'll kind of show you the difference in what my old ones sound like versus my new ones. So we'll test the new one first and listen and see if you can hear this. All right, definitely firing. Here's the old one, listen close. Did you hear that? Yeah, me neither. So I've got, what, 4 of these, at least, maybe 5 that do that. So whether these are crap or not, it's still going to provide quite a bit more gasoline. Right now I'm just working on cleaning everything up, cleaning up all the parts I'll need to put back together. We don't like having disgusting hands, and we'll be back. So I got an EGR block-off kit from, I think, Hawks Performance, South Carolina. It was pretty cheap considering it came from a company from the United States. I'm not saying it's any better or worse quality than the ones you can get from overseas, but it was quicker and still fairly cheap. I know there's a lot of contention on should you block it off, should you not. I don't care if it's a Vette Kart. If it throws a code, it throws a code. It wasn't plugged up for the last 6 or 7 years anyway. Fuel rail's complete, I think. I cleaned it all out. There's no remnants or anything. There was no cut in the diaphragm or anything on the fuel pressure regulator, so I popped it back in there and cleaned everything up. It was gunky. New injectors look good. Hey, I think black was the right choice on these runners in the TPI system. We'll see once those get ready to be put in place.
Much later.
All right, we got it back together. I've got this painted, and that looks really good. I'm gonna keep that finished normal. Valve covers turned out good. I don't know what's not connected or is connected. I connected what I think will make it run. I've closed off a lot of vacuum because it's got a lot less on it. Hell, I don't know. I know I don't have this plugged up yet, but that's just a crossover. So we'll see if it runs. Alright, so I've got fuel leaking. That's not good. I forgot to tighten up the fuel lines.
Is it on fire?
It could have been if we kept running it. Sure, it would caught fire. Alright, forgot to tighten up the fuel lines. That's
Come on, this way.
Alright, now we won't die. Maybe. I mean, there's no guarantees we won't die, but now we won't die from that. Well, that's great news. So I'm guessing that all the vacuum lines I've disconnected and all the electrical that's just hanging isn't going to impact running of the vehicle because everything important is still plugged up. Now I can't run it for long. I don't have any coolant, any cooling system. I don't have the trans is just looped into itself. So I got to fix all that. I had to order a few parts to get my aftermarket radiator in. So the last thing I'll do on this video is I think we can get the interior cleaned up a little bit and get those seats over there in it. Let's see if we can get that done. Before I get the seats in, I'm going to put this sound deadener heat shield in. Really where the seat's going to go, right here. You can see now, I'll leave the floorboards right now. I'll come back and do the floorboards later. I just want to get the seats off the floor over there and into the Corvette. Dude, this stuff lays down pretty sweet. I got some, I think 80 mil, which is like a 2 millimeter or something like that. Now that's 160 mil that I got for that, for the transmission. That's more for heat. This is sound and heat. I'm not worried about making it quiet in here. You're not going to have doors or a top, or it's going to be generally open headers. But I just don't want a lot of the road feel to come up through there, especially the heat. Between having Jeeps all my life and having my feet burn up because of that, or even the old Corvettes I had that had the same situation. So I'll run this heavy mill stuff all the way down the trans tunnel, go and get the seat in here, and I'll go ahead and do the rest of that. But I'm just going to do the 2 seat areas first because I didn't buy enough. I wanted to test it out first. Lays down pretty easy. Get your little wooden roller. That's how you activate the glue, by pressure. I just happen to have this. I don't even know where this came from. Made in USA. I don't know, something my grandfather probably had a long time ago for leather working or something. Before I put these seats back in, I did want to show that the way I put these C5 Z06 seats in my C4 is I had to get manual seat sliders, C4 manual seat sliders, cut them up, put some feet on them at the right heights and stuff to match, and that was kind of it. There wasn't a lot of fabrication other than just making these feet stand at the right height. The widths are pretty generally okay. The holes are obviously wrong. That's just metal that I made, but all right, that's the morale booster I need right there. Getting the motor running was awesome, don't get me wrong. But making it look like it's actually something, as opposed to just a shell, that's getting somewhere. Now, I'll probably have to pull those back out to go ahead and cull a bunch more wiring and things like that, but and just to do some more cleaning and things like that. But man, that makes me happy. Got to figure out the seatbelt situation. I'm not going back with stock seatbelts. I'll probably do a seatbelt bar and harnesses because I'm going to do a metal hoop, but we'll see. Guys, it's been blistering hot. It's been blistering hot, but we're going to power through this thing. I want this thing running before the end of summer. I want to go riding around. Can't always ride in the Jeep. Hey, I know there's a ton of Vette karts out there to choose from to watch. Some are a lot more put together than this one and a lot more interesting. This is as base as it can get Vette kart, but I will show you how to do a lot of cheap things and hopefully how to integrate a lot of these stock components while upgrading where we can. So if you like it, stay tuned. We'll put out another video in about a week. I'm going to try to get the radiator and the coolant system solved. That's the next big hurdle. To get that solved, and it will literally be ready to drive around, at least in the yard. Thanks for watching.